Well, good morning. Another beautiful day outside. I thought I'd do it out here again. Our devotion this morning is Faithful in the Little Things from Matthew 25:23. It's where Jesus simply says, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things." Puritan Richard Baxter said, "It will be an unspeakable comfort to look back on a life well spent and be able to say in humble sincerity, my time was not cast away. It was spent in sincere labors for my God, in making my calling and election sure, in doing good to men's souls and bodies. It was entirely devoted to God." In his parable of the talents in Matthew 25, Jesus stresses the importance of being faithful to the work as assigned to us. We want to hear him say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." It's not the amount of our work that's important, or its status or notoriety. It's the faithfulness with which we do exactly what he has assigned us. Our lives and labors call for perseverance, persistence, patience, and prayer. If God has assigned our daily tasks, he'll produce an eternal harvest. Don't give up, and don't worry if the work seems small or the results meager. Just be faithful, nothing more, nothing less. Nothing less. Seek to please God in little matters. Let me back it up. Seek to please God in little matters is a test of real devotion and love. Let your aim be to please our dear Lord perfectly in little things. Jean Nicolas Grau. So that's one of the things that we try to stress with friends of ours who, like me, are pastors of smaller churches. We go to conventions like last week, and we see these pastors of mega churches and pastors of large congregations that have reports of thousands of baptisms or hundreds of baptisms a week or something like that. And we can sometimes get discouraged when we don't see those kinds of numbers. But it's a different dynamic, different demographic, different scenario, and we have been called to be faithful in little. And so we're not going to have that kind of turnover and that kind of numbers, those kinds of numbers in what we do. But we have to be faithful in what God has given us and faithful in what God has called us to. And so the reality is that God has called each of us to what he has assigned us to, and we must be faithful in that. And I think there's just as much for God to do with us in whatever God has called us to, whatever that may be. Even if it may seem small to us, to God, it's still part of the kingdom. And each one of us has a role to play and a task to play in the kingdom, in what he has called us to do. So we need to be faithful in what he has given us, whatever it may be, even if it may seem small in our eyes. It's big in God's. And so let's just be faithful in all that he has given us to do. All right? So whatever God has given you to do today, be faithful in that task, given you to do, so that we may hear at the end, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." All right? Let's have a good day with him. Don't forget, tonight, 6:30, we'll be live in person at church. And so we encourage you to be there with us. We will have it online, so those of you who won't be able to attend, but we do encourage you to be there and join us in person at 6:30. If you're not going to be able to be there, do get your prayer concerns and updates to me, and that way we can have those for the service there. All right? Well, we look forward to seeing you there. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll be praying for you this evening as well as throughout the day. All right? I also want to give one quick a note here. If anybody would be available or would like to take over teaching the first, second, and third grade, Miss Sarah Hilt is not going to be able to do that due to some family issues, and so we would like to kind of put that out there. If anybody would be available to do that, we'd appreciate that very much. All right, thank you. We'll talk to you later.